at that time, at that point in time, was your dad in support of your crafts? Was he in support of the fact that you were moving around instead of staying in school?
When I first started, you know, he was in support. Even the first poster we printed out, Nemesis, he even had a copy in his cupboard. Like, he kept it for me. But at a point when he started hearing my names outside, Yemi, Elesho, the Pillar Theatre Entertainment, he gave me the Pillar Theatre Entertainment. It was the Pillar Theatre Ministry. So when he started hearing my name, I don't know, all of a sudden he said we should not use his compound for rehearsals again. Just sent us out. I left. I went to Iwo Road. I was selling face towel. I sold aboniki. Yeah, in the traffic. I sold face towel, bottle. I sold aboniki. I sold bread. Yes. After then, I went to front of UI, that covet. I sold Tampico. But the people will know Tampico. I sold Tampico.
So you left and went back to Ibadan?
Hey, now I left the house now. You know, the new bag. You see inside this Tiger Genital carton, I put my load.
The Amina Atairu Show, Finding Answers.
I write my letter in Yoruba because when I wanted to leave for you, I wrote it in Yoruba. Wait, yeah, me and wa mi o you see all these Yoruba film we watch there, all those things we see there.
They're actually real.
Of course, that's how they write it. You know when they are reading, see ololufe mi toto. That is the same way I do put it down when I want to leave the house. Yeah, mi toto, ema wa mi o wa baba mi no. That was the same way I wrote it down when I wanted to leave.
So what did you say?
I said, woman, why don't look for me.
Well, so when you were leaving your dad,
I said, Baba mi, Emma wa mi o, emi ti bate mi lo. So when I first bate mi lo, because I needed transport, to go to Ibadan. I needed transport, so I went to work at Mara's Hotel as a receptionist in Ikorodu, opposite my secondary school.
Wow.
So those people who have uniform, I'll wear the uniform and still go and buy food. So all my schoolmates, all my colleagues, they do see me on the street wearing Mara's uniform, like a waiter. I'll go and buy food for them and everything. My dad will come with his friend. My dad will come with his girlfriends to that hotel. I go serve them. The girlfriends don't go no say na papa and now they serve. Low-key, me say, don't worry, I understand. Because I don't leave the house. I left home already now. You can't be saying, so you left home. You could just look me like this, go look. I go serve her. He will pay, he will leave. So I was cutting with a friend. So when I got money to travel to Ibadan, I traveled down to Ibadan. After everything, it wasn't, that energy wasn't giving. So I went to Ondo to work for Toban power station at Omotosho. In Ondo State. I worked in Omotosho, Igbotako, Irele, Opa, Ilu Tuntun. Then later I came back to Lagos. I'd made enough money. I think I had about 83,000. I was rich. I came to Lagos and I spoke to a guy. But Abe, shout out to you, Igbobo Shelewu. I spoke to him. Guy, if I come Maruwa, teach me how to ride Maruwa. He said I was going to pay 5,000 naira. I gave him my Nokia phone. I gave him my Nokia phone. He taught me how to ride Maruwa just for 2 hours. And I started riding Maruwa. I did Maruwa for 5 years in Igbobo Shelewu.
Wow.
So it was when I was doing the Maruwa thing that admission came. Because as I was still doing the Maruwa, I was still going to churches. So yes.
Just you.
I picked another neutral people to go to churches to perform. Not my student anymore. All of them everybody don't go. I was still going to churches and I was still writing JAMB and I was still writing WAEC. So it was when I was doing Maruwa, the admission came.
How old are you again then?
My age. Don't be who get this thing. Sometimes I could just, if I hear say December don't they come again, I'll be like, this December, we just passed. So admission came, I went to school. I collected 3 Maruwa actually. I collected the first one, they collected it. The first one they gave me as higher purchase was 600,000, they collected it. The second one was 620.
When you say they collected, it was stolen?
It wasn't. I couldn't meet up.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing or the other, I couldn't meet up. The third one was 630. After paying 600,000, admission came. I think after 2 months, on campus. My first paper, it was even elective. I went to write, okay, it was music test. That's why it's not good to receive call in an exam. And there, be 92.4 for me. Ogbeni, they don't collect your Maruwa, like the owners came for their Maruwa because of 30,000 naira after I had paid 600.
After you've paid 600?
Yes, now. But normal, you know, I can't run from Ife. OAU. I can't run from Ife to Ikorodu the next day. I even had another paper the next day. So I cried a little cry. Why have you cried? So I was there. Okay. One thing about my life is I don't tell people my problem. Some people will say problem solved. Problem
shared is half solved.
You know people who go solve it, I go tell. If I know you can't solve it, I won't tell you. Let me just keep it to myself. Sometimes you know people that want to solve your problem. Some people are walking around with their problems in their forehead. You will see it. They don't need to tell you. So like no. Even my schoolmates, my classmates, all of them, none of them. If you ask them, they will never tell you Yemi Elesho was a Maruwa rider, not until I let it out. There was a time we went to print something outside the campus. I saw a Maruwa rider was battling with his Maruwa. I know the problem that stuff was having. I wanted to tell him we're a fashion kiko. These people will know now. Just take style near now. Oga. Fashion kiko. Okay. So after then, and I think after 6 months, name came. Before name, it was Yemoli, Timi Agbaje and I. Because the people we met on campus I was doing well, Arole was one of them. Arole was doing well. Arole was using 2 phones. Maybe I was using LG. He was using BlackBerry, using iPhone. So then Yemoli and I, we used to stay at the backstage, dance, shoki, let the known MCs, let them get to see us at the backstage. Our now one bio. So when Arole, MC Simba and the rest, when they left,
you've made faces.
At first, Yemoli came, Lexi Amani came, Timi Agbaje and I came at the same time. Ashake, Jaido P.
Same Ashake?
Yes, Ashake, Jaido. Ashake was in my own department, theater arts. Ashake, Jaido P came. Then later, Shanks came. He eating the Obelo, and this guy that sang Superboy Check.
Yeah.
It was Kaobi, Black Bones too. All of us. There is no show. You will see all of us there want to go and perform. But at the point, I don't know where this money came from. Yemoli started having, now, everything done the change. So he stopped anchoring at the point. And when I'm on stage anchoring, Yemoli, that time, if you know what 1,000 naira, if you know the value of 1,000 naira, Yemoli will make sure that he puts 1,000 naira in my pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I was the only indigenous. I think I was. Let me say, I was one of the indigenous comedians because I do Yoruba. When I was in school, I used to do Yoruba all through. And anywhere we are, if there are 10 millionaires in our gathering, whatever we eat, Yemoli will still pay. And the same thing is still happening.
Wow.
Now he go pay. So anywhere he is, everybody wants to go to where Yemoli is because he go pay. Anything where we chop, he go pay. So we were surviving like that until we left.
Everybody left.
And when we reached Lagos, we were popular on campus, so we reached Lagos, nobody they call our name. I reached Yemi Elesho. It goes up like this. Film. The people in the industry. You know how many people where I don't send DMs? Me. I even go send them P Square. I suppose DMP Square. I did DM Beyonce. I believe so much in the power of DMs. I did DM Shakira. I know. Because my own is one day they will see it. And I have these copied messages that I will just put. Don't worry. Hi, my name is Yemi Elesho, the son of a veteran actor, Adewale Elesho. They play. You go explain tire.
So out of the people that you entered their DM, that you DM'd,
only one person answered.
Who answered you?
Itele. and I give it to him. I used to say it. He was the only one that answered me. And I was like, that time, this Shomo age me was still, he said, you can't do anything for me now. That Shomo age me still trending. And I said, okay, no problem. Then I went back to school. After I had finished, I went back to school. Then I met Neil Johnson. He just was like, oh, this one you are carrying system. And because I was a cinematographer, I shoot movies, I edit. You cannot be a cinematographer. This is your voice. You sound exactly like your dad. Don't worry, go and be doing film. Say, yes, sir. Me, I don't want to do film. I want to do skit. And he said, no problem. So one day, I went to location. I went to meet Bayo Tijani. Shout out to Yinka Salao. He took me there. Epimo is the son of Yemi Elesho. I was following him out. So then carry camera, give me my they do BTS. A meeting mo, you know how me I do like BTS. Oh guy, I can't do like I just think I can't do BTS. So Neil Johnson, he said, you want to do skit? I better come and do skit with me. I did with Neil Johnson with Fumi Awelewa. Then after then the thing no move. You no move.
And were you done with university as a dad?
Of course I was now. Then Abula just sent one post to me, Cute Abiola. Okay, that neck was so long. He was singing Barista with one Small Doctor song. And Abula was like, now. You can do it. And I said, of course I can. Hey, you do it and send to me. I've been doing a lot now. He said, send to me. Those ones I did with Neil Johnson, I sent it to him. He said it's not clear. That before people will at least stay to watch your video, it has to be in a very high quality. I was using one in Phoenix. I sent another one to him. He said he doesn't like it. Okay, Yemi, don't worry, come over. Then I went to meet him in Mangoro. The day I went to meet him was the day Miriam too, his wife, Taoma too, came from Ilorin. So we shot together. We started doing everything. Before I get home, no, when I shoot with him, when he shoots a content for me like that, we are only shooting two. When he shoots a content for me like that, I'll sleep in the studio, Unlimited's house, Unlimited's LA studio. I'll sleep there, leave the next morning. Before I get home, I'll see my own content on my own page, my content on my own page. Go don't upload that because he has my password. He knows the right caption. He would just upload for me, everything. It was going. And Lively was my friend in school too.
MC Lively.
And Yemi,
wow.
So
that's how we started.
I went to meet Lively, we did things. Later, Shaggy. Shaggy, me and Shaggy too, we start.
So it means that, you had a lot of supportive people at a point in time.
It was when God, when this thing is already becoming a reality, things will be working in your own way. You would think, you are the one that is that hard working. So that's so.
So everything started going well at that point in time. Now let's come into the indigenous contents that you put up. That you've been putting up for the past years. How limiting and how successful has that actually been?
Well, naturally, Yoruba language, for those who knows how to speak Yoruba language very well, Yoruba language is very entertaining, and to some extent, it's funny. We have a lot of dialects, we have a lot of Yoruba dialects. By the time Ijebu, Ikale, Ijesha, by the time they come together, speak their different dialects, there is no way you will not laugh. It is funny. If you are not laughing, you are smiling. Not to talk of, coming with those dialects, the Oyo dialect, because this one, my own Oyo is, my own Yoruba is Oyo, which is called Kololo.
Kololo.
Yeah, like the Kololo, like the real Yoruba, it is not diluted. It is not mixed with anything. So
got that?
Yeah. Really? So when you see people speak the real Yoruba, of course you feel it, and that's why I started with Yoruba. Abula told me, don't worry, Yemi, start with Yoruba. Of course, Mama J, Sebon J Baba Suwe, even in movie. And this is internet, it's very wild. Just do your thing. And I started using Yoruba. You know, but at a point, every man wants to grow.
Yes.
You want to get where that other person is to, but the other person doesn't speak your language. Probably that's why the person is there. That used to happen
In the past.
back then in 2018, 2017. Now, language isn't more a barrier like that
True
again,
that.
but then it used to be a barrier. So I was using Yoruba until, you know, they will not bring adverts that has to do with English, and these are the things I can do. Is it not day-to-day English that to communicate? Do not bring advert that has to do with English. And I told Abula, guy, he didn't give me this advert now. I said, no. Your brand is Yoruba now. You can't do this, you can't do that. And most of these people giving out English adverts are Yoruba people. They are on your page. They watch you every day. But you can't blame them. They want to make sure that they sell their product to
a wider audience.
Then one day I was like, God, what was happening? It was just myself, Q Tabiola, Ogbeni Adon, Lizzie J. We're not up to 10, doing Yoruba content. We're not up to 10. So we're doing Yoruba. So at the point, Biola just, graduated to speaking English and everything. Èmi sì ṣoore kunkun irọ́ Yorùbá ni o, àkọsíndẹ́rẹ́ bá ń sọ, èdè wa ni, èdè indigenous. In fact, I didn't even live in Ikorodu. I was like, no, I want to be, but you know, if you want to grow in life, that next step, whatever it brings, you just have to tackle and face it. So that is why I started using English in my content. So I speak English too, to some extent in my content. The people I want to feature will speak English. Me, my own English can just sound, my English will just be a little bit sound like Yoruba English. You you think when people are arriving, is it the same people that are not going? So I try to, Yorubalize it, but still make every other
person to understand.
Nigerians understand that, okay, this is what I'm trying to pass across.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so you're still in Ikorodu. You moved to the island.
I moved to the island 2020.
2020 during COVID.
Yeah.
And how was
yeah.
and you're happy
in
during,
the building
during COVID.
You know, in 2020, 2019, people we come to the island to shoot our content.
Yeah.
We'll get an apartment 80K, 70K. Because we want to shoot content. When I'm in Ikorodu, when I call my people, Elesho, I want to shoot, they can't come to Ikorodu. That was why I moved. It wasn't for growth. It wasn't for anything.
It was just for the collaboration.
For the collaboration, and we rent apartment on the island because we want to shoot. And because we want to put location, we want to put Lekki phase 1. So I was like, this one, I'm wasting money to rent apartment. Let me go to that Lekki. The people staying in Lekki, they don't have 2 heads. Don't worry, I'll go and start in Ogombo. So I went to Ogombo. I started there until one morning, rubber, saw monkeys flying all over my windows. I said, okay, I'm living here. So that week I left. Yeah, I left, so Moto Sumo Waju there. And that is it. So, your mama.
So are you married now? Or you're in a relationship or about to get married?
I can't say I'm in a relationship because I've proposed, I've done introduction.
Oh, amazing.
Like a very wild introduction. So the only thing that is left now is marriage.
Marriage.
I'm announcing that soon.
So how do you blend? A lot of the time they say the content creators and marriage is always, because half the time you're not always around.
Yeah.
So how do you cope with that? Does your wife understand, or does the wife to be understand that, or your wife rather?
That's where me, to my own knowledge, to my own understanding, just pray for God to give you your own younger sister as a wife. The one that understands you, the one that doesn't want anything bad to happen to you. When I tell her, hello, this is it, she knows that is it. And me too, I'll never deviate from letting it be what I told her. I'm going to location, I'm going to location. If I change my mind that I'm going to so place again, I'll tell her. So it is understanding. Sometimes I leave home a week. I've gone a month.
Wow.
Of course, I've gone a month. What we do is we communicate online. Me, I even like video call. If not 5 to 8 times in a day, we do video calls, we gossip, we do everything. So it doesn't feel like I'm not home most times.
Amazing. That's good.
Yeah, that is the way it is.
Wow. Always an interesting conversation. Having to discuss.
Can I remove this?
Yes, please.
For some of my fans, I want to see my beautiful face. Hello.
Wow.
Same Ben.
I want to ask you, Elesho, tell me, like, what are your topmost priority in life?
Priorities. Hold on, sir. I don't know. First of all, one of the reasons why I was praying to God then that God answered my prayer is because I want to, you know what, how do I put it? I just want to be, I want to use one simple English because what I want from God, those 3 things I want from God is simple.
Simple.
First of all, I want a very long life.
Amen.
Amen, yes. Secondly, I want to be convenient in life. I want this, I don't get that. I want that, I don't get that. Do you know what it means when you want something and you get it immediately? Oh, you want something. Okay, I want to buy V. You don't buy it. You want V. You go just be like a magician. Then thirdly, I want to be able to take care of my parents to the extent that I want. You see those 3 things? If God give me money today, I don't know what, can you $1 billion in my account? I'm go key skit. We take concern me, concern film, concern me, concern skit. I want to rest and enjoy my money. Do you know the reason why I'm doing this? I know naturally I'm funny. I know even if I don't do content, even if I'm not a movie maker, I'll still be funny naturally. But mostly I'm doing this because I want to make money, change my life, and make my people happy, make my parents happy. So if the money don't come, don't worry. I'll sit somewhere and be enjoying my money and watch your interviews, Watch you interview my former colleagues, do their things. Yeah. So I want to be convenient in life.
Amazing.
Like, I really want to ask, like, anytime I need this, then I get it.
So, Yemi Elesho, you started basically from nothing. Let's say from grass, and right now we are at the grace level.
Yeah, we thank God.
How much is a day Yemi Elesho worth right now?
Well done. Okay, how much do I worth? Give
us an assumption. So, a lot of people are making money from the digital space.
Yeah.
You have a YouTube account. You have Facebook.
Can I use this?
Yes, you can. You have YouTube. You have Facebook. Yeah. For a lot of people who are who are aspiring to be an indigenous.
Make the same money I'm making.
Yes.
Let me deceive them now so that they will not come.
How long does it take for you to generate funds? And tell me, can you give us an assumable number of an assumable amount of what Yemi Elesho is raking in right now?
Well, me, I know I'm working and God is answering prayers. Why do okay, do you expect to start saying, I make this in a month?
Give us the barest minimum of what you make in a quarter on YouTube and Facebook and all that.
Oh, àwọn alẹ́ pọ̀ tí wọ́n wo kíní o tẹ́ẹ̀dá sílẹ̀ rẹ̀ síyàn lọ́rùn tí ìgbà bá sọ pé kíní kan yá léluwa ẹ̀ kí pẹ́jẹ́ bí ṣe kọ́lọ́mọ fàlùbáríkà sí tó ń kálukú bá ń pa kálukú sì mọ́ mọ́nítọ̀ tí bá ń pa ọba sì ń ṣe kíní ọmọ gba receipt tó ṣe kókó jù nù life nìyẹn so yẹn ọlọ́mọ ṣàánú everybody.
Well, amazing speaking to Adeoye Adeyemi Elesho. But before he goes, I would always want my guest on the show to give a parting words to aspirational content creators, especially the ones who want to be in your field.
Well, it's simple. I know say grace of God day, say grace day, but you sure say you sabi do am. When you funny, you go know. Even if you don't know, people go tell you, say, guy, no, you are this, you are that. Or if you are good at that thing you are doing, people could tell you, say, oh no, don't worry, just keep it up. But if you say this thing, you're not too good at it. And just because say yes, a person they make money, now why you want to and you go guys get a rethink because at a point you go reach one stage where we say now your talent go dey fight for you. Your talent, grace fit come in the first place. You fit just a trend. One thing fit just come out, anybody can trend. But you go reach one stage where we say, now that thing where you sabi do go dey push you, go make you still dey there. Because a lot of things don't come on the internet. A lot of trending things don't come. All those things we know they see them again. Sure. As soon as the trending things goes off, the owner of the whatever goes along with it, and we no go see them again. But when the talent day will be say you are versatile, you can do this, you can do that. Don't worry now, you stay in the surface of the entertainment industry, and please be prayerful too. Put it on. And another thing is, you cannot stay in the four corners of your house, of your room. Go out, meet people, meet those people that does the same thing you do. Meet them, how are you doing this? How do you do this? What's the update? Don't worry, that's it. Especially the skit industry, that skit making industry, we don't get enemy. We are all one. Put it on.
Thank you very much, Adeyemi.
Yeah, chi.
Thank you very much, Adeyemi, Elesho. That is sign out, Nia.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Yeah, chi. I understand. I appreciate it.
It's always an amazing time having amazing guests on the Amina Atairu Show. And so until we come your way again next week, I remain Amina Atairu. Do stay out of trouble and always ensure that you go out there to collaborate. That's the word for the show. Bye-bye.
The Amina Atairu Show.